Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel 90% Native. My name is Michelle and I grow native plants and I garden for the wildlife. Today I'm going to be making something called a bug snug. If you've been around here for any amount of time, you've probably seen little wildlife habitats that I create around my yard, and I'll show you a couple of those before the end of the video. But when I was looking around on YouTube, I just so happened to see a guy in the UK, a gardener in the UK, who made something that he refers to as a bug snug. I thought it was really aesthetic and another idea that I can incorporate in my native garden beds as habitat for the wildlife. Oh, and if I didn't mention, I will link that video of the actual bug snug in the description below so you can see exactly what I'm referring to. Okay, so why do we want to make a bug snug or any other little wildlife habitat in our yard? Because number one, it's super fun. I love to see that I am making homes for the wildlife on this little piece of property that I steward. So the bugs can find a shelter there, make homes there, small mammals can, birds can find food, birds can find nesting materials, that all sorts of fun stuff by making these little homes for the wildlife in your yard. I have a few things today that I have collected so you know what I'm using to make my little bug snug today. I have my handy dandy leaf scoops because I'm going to be putting leaves into my bug snug. I have some ties because the bug snug is going to be kind of like a teepee, for lack of a better word, a teepee shape. And I am going to use these ties to tie together at the top. I have twine and I can't find it anywhere. We had an ice storm in Northern Virginia earlier this week, and after that storm I went around and I picked up all the little teeny pieces of wood around my yard, and that's what also I'm going to use inside the bug snug. To create the teepee shape, I had some elderberry, old elderberry stems from last year that I left in my bird garden I didn't do anything with. So I'm just going to use those as the frame, but I did want to show you something if I don't hit myself in the face with these things. When I went in the bird garden back there to get these were literally just laying up against the fencing. Like just like, you know, like this. They weren't pushed into the ground, nothing. And I just want to show you how fast elderberries and how well elderberries do rooting themselves. This has not been in the ground, and over the past year it's made roots. So anyway, just another cool way to propagate plants, and I had no idea when I went into the bird garden that I was gonna have to like pull these roots a little bit. So you never know, maybe they'll root again here and I'll get some greenery as well as just the decaying and dead material that I'm planning to put in here. I think I'm gonna put my bug snug right here. I have devil's walking stick over here. I also have some pawpaws over on that side. So this will be a good blank area right now to incorporate the bug snug. I also have some ferns in front of this area, so I'm going to focus on like right here. First, what I'm going to do is get these situated in the ground. Ideally, I'd want to cut this to a point, so we'll see if I can do that with my little choppers, but I don't know. Whatever works, right? So I was trying to get pointed edges on my elderberry branches. That wasn't working so well. We're just going to pound them in the ground now. By far, I am liking this bug snug better than most of the other little wildlife habitats I've built, just because it's so intentional and aesthetic, and I think it's super cute. Here's my brush pile, which I have to encourage habitats for anything. You know, I think a couple of my friends on the channel had mentioned something about removing some of the stems around the base. I had done that, and then now there's some more right there, but I will move those. But yeah, this is one of the habitats that I have. And what I did is I planted some Virginia clematis and some Virginia creeper around here that I'm hoping will eventually take off. If you have the space and the woodland, I definitely recommend cutting down stags if you have dead trees. These two trees are totally dead, and I had some tree surgeons come in and just top them so that they would be there for the woodpeckers. I have another one around here as well. Here's another little wood pile that I am using as wildlife habitat. That one doesn't look too bad. Kind of looks very natural-esque, I think. In the spring, I have my husband come and cut up, which I think I'll start doing myself, but cut up fallen branches. We get a lot of big fallen branches and make little wildlife habitats that way that look very intentional. Now here's a little habitat that I have been working on for a while. This was a oak tree that I really, really loved, and we had to have it come down because it was dead, and there's a hole in it in there, and so I just keep piling grasses, native grass clippings, and holly branches and things like that over top of it. Okay, everyone, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you missed my last video, I'll put it up here on the screen, and it's all about growing native plants from seed using the seed snail method. Thank you so much for spending your precious time with me here today. Happy gardening, and I will catch you again next time.